Here we go.
Okay, you ready?
Here we go.
Here. Okay, y'all.
Yes, I knew that was Peter
Here
Pan.
we go.
And that's what we're starting with today.
You used to watch Peter Pan.
But y'all, we have some exciting news. And by we, I mean TJ, because TJ, you're moving, bro.
We've been having so many good life updates.
I know. We love all the updates. So TJ, you have to tell us, what are you sad about moving? What are you happy about moving?
I mean, it's bittersweet. We love our award, honestly. Got some good wardies, man. Solid ward. But it'll be fun. It'll be nice. Get a little yard for Titan to run around. And we just seen God's hand in it, bro. We just seen friends and family and people. Just the journey, just God's plan, bro. Just helping us out, hooking us up.
And you know what I'm going to miss? That one time I was driving, me and TJ are neighbors, and one time I was driving, and I looked over and said, that's the happiest boy I've ever seen walking in my life. It's just TJ. TJ was just doing a walk.
Wait, why did he look so happy? What was happening?
I might have been going to the
Did you not recognize? Did you not
back
recognize him?
Like, I was
What
like,
a happy
looking at
boy.
that,
Oh,
and
it's
then I was
TJ.
like, wow. I was like, oh.
TJ just walking by himself grinning. That's great.
I'll
Might have
miss
been
seeing
back
TJ on a walk. It only happened one time, but I'll miss it. I'll miss it.
I know, I must be medias.
Yeah. Welcome to This is Kingdom, a good news brand podcast. This is Grace.
This is Talon.
This is TJ.
This is Hollis.
This week we're talking about Right Before Our Eyes by Elder Rasband.
We, all of us actually, a couple of years ago went to this conference. It's like this big Christian conference, and it's for specifically people in their 20s, and like we were all so stoked to go. And they like randomly in the middle of the conference started playing this video. And the theme of the beginning of the video was that all sorts of different generations that have lived on earth are like kind of a part of like a big miracle. Like you see that like with the generation that like crossed the Red Sea with Moses, or like David's generation, or like Solomon's generation that built the temple, or like you like see all these different generations of people and these miracles that came to pass with these generations. And kind of like one of the questions in the video was like, what will our generation be known for? And when I was like sitting there watching that video, I just like so strongly had the desire that I was like, I want our generation to bring Jesus back. I want our generation to get the world ready so that Jesus can come back and bring the second coming. And let me like clarify that like I completely understand that like we don't have control over that. Like we can't choose when Jesus comes. Like I get that. But there was just this moment for me that like I was just so called to be like, no, but like I can be a part of preparing the world for that. I fully believe that we're in the last days. Like we hear this in conference, we hear people talking about the second coming so fast. And I just thought like, maybe it's the FOMO in me. Maybe I'm scared of missing out, but I'm like, what bigger thing, what better thing could we be a part of than getting the world back and ready for Jesus? And there's been so many days since then. That was like a couple of years ago, but there's been so many days since then that I've just like thought in my head, like, what can I do to get the world ready for Jesus? And it like that desire and like the thought of being a part of that, the thought of like getting to say that I was a part of bringing Jesus back to the earth is so thrilling to me and so exciting that it like makes me want to live differently. It makes me want to like look at the world differently. It makes me want to do different things. And I feel like that was so powerful to me in this talk that like, I think he was saying like, it is coming. Like Jesus is on the move. He is on the way. What are we going to do about it? And it just like gave that life back into me that I was like, wait, I want our generation to be part of something crazy, something miraculous, something so incredible. And it just like kind of like got me thinking like, oh, like what can I do to be a part of that?
100%. And since I've been thinking about this, there's a word that I have not been able to get out of my mind. It's a word that honestly was engraved into me a while back, but in a different setting in my life. I had a football coach who was my coach from 7th grade to 12th grade. By far my favorite coach, like probably one of the people that most impacted my life because he was my coach for such a long time. And what he would do is we'd like break into positions. He coached the position that I played. We'd break into positions. Everyone would be running drills, but he would just gather us all together and get in a circle. And while everyone's just like working, he's like, I'm just going to work on your minds right now. And we kind of loved it because it was a rest. Like everyone else is like actually struggling and he's just talking to us. And he would ask us again and again and again. He's like, how many times have you seen a game when a team can't do anything in football, right? A team can't do anything, but then the last minute of the game comes and all of a sudden they march down the field and score a touchdown. He said, why does that happen? And he said, it's urgency. He said, I need you to play every single down with urgency. Play every single play like it's the only one that matters. And that was like his sermon. It was his message. We would all make fun of him. Like that was the only thing he talked about was urgency. But when I was reading this talk, I really felt like Elder Rasband wanted us to feel urgency. And I'm kind of obsessed with taking words and looking at synonyms and looking at antonyms because it helps me understand it better. One of the antonyms of the word urgency is back burner. And I think how many times we put God's work, we know it's important. We know that it's something that we should do, but we put it on the back burner. When I was reading this talk, though, I just heard Coach Travis just talking to me again and again, like, boy, you need urgency on this. Like, this is not, God's work is not something to put on the back burner. Like, get going on this, get invested in this, do it today, do it now, again and again and again. Don't wait till you're older. Don't wait till you know more. Start right now getting in the Lord's work because something beautiful is happening. Like, we really are preparing the world for Jesus. Like, don't wait to be a part of that.
Yeah, one thing that I, speaking of urgency, it was a little bit annoying at first when we had to start scheduling time to go to the temple, because you're like, man, I'm just used to pulling up and just being able to, and you can still do that totally. But there's something special about like locking it into the schedule, like having a deadline. Like for me, that gives me urgency. And recently, as I've been trying to go to the temple, I've just realized if I'm not planning it in now, especially at the Orem Temple, if I don't plan it in far ahead, there's no spots, and it just makes me want to take that same energy like into my discipleship. Like I want to set some more deadlines. Like I want to have some more urgency because if we don't, show up, if we're not ready to go, if we're not ready to serve, ready to minister, like we're going to miss out. We're going to have some of that spiritual FOMO, and God doesn't want us to feel that. God wants to get us in the game because we're his final team. We're the dream team, man. Right here. So we got to get up, got to go.
I think there's some different kinds of urgency too, now that I think about it. I think there's the urgency that you might resent and the urgency that you want to be a part of. And what was so cool being at Passion with all of you and everyone, I wanted to be part of that urgency. It was so cool seeing how so many people were worshiping. I could see so many people loving, and I wanted to be part of that. And a question I've been asking myself is this urgency something I'm resenting because it's just something that, everyone's talking about it. I don't completely understand it. I feel like it's being shoved down my throat. Like, I don't know if I like that. Or is it an urgency? I want to be a part of this because it's joyful. It brings joy. I want Jesus to come again.
That's such a good distinction.
And I think it's really interesting because I'm like, how do I create a life and also like form this perspective where I want to be part of this? And I want to if you guys have thoughts about this, I think it'd be so interesting is how do we be part of a joyful urgency where we're all together and we want this instead of shy away from it?
Well, I'm just something that just hit me is when we get, our body will respond to like excitement, like extreme excitement and extreme anxiety, like in the same way. Like we'll get a little sweaty, like we'll get a little jittery, right? But it's kind of up to us. That's kind of a public speaking hack that I learned is you just choose to be excited. If you don't choose excitement, you're going to fall into the stress and anxiety. And I think for me, what it looks like is to choose to lean into the urgency of Jesus coming back and getting super pumped about that and wanting to dedicate my life to doing things to usher him in. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to fall naturally onto the other side of like, oh crap, like when the maggots are out here, when that fire's coming down, like shoot. But I just feel like for me, I want to lean into that. Like he's coming, let's get ready. I'm not perfect, but I'm striving, and let's get people ready. Let's get our hearts ready. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thought.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Hollis, and I was kind of thinking the exact same thing, TJ, is because I like when you think about like the last 2 minutes of a football game and you like need a touchdown or you need points on the board, those players on those like on that field, they're not like, oh my gosh, like do I have to run right now? Like do we have to like go like run to the huddle? Like do I need to sprint because it doesn't seem like that? Like I don't want to do it. Those players are not sprinting because someone's yelling, telling them they have to. Those players are sprinting because they are so excited at the possibility of a win. They are so excited of what's going to happen, and they want to be a part of it. They want to be the faster one on the field. They want to beat their guy. They want to get the tackle because in their head, they're like, holy cow, like this is my chance to be a part of something incredible, to be a part of something that like I will like tell my kids about one day. And I think that is how Passion and that experience made me view the second coming. Is all of a sudden I like had this urgency in me and I had this fire and I had this passion that I like woke up and like not like actually like woke up in the morning, but like I feel like my soul woke up and was like, holy cow, this is the last 2 minutes of the game. this is it. This is the end. And I can choose to sit on the bench or I can choose to get in the game. And I want to get in the game. I want to be a part of what God's doing. I want to be a part of the miracles. I want to be a part of the comeback story. I want to be a part of like this experience that like generations will talk about. And that is what fuels me, is that I know what God's capable of doing. And I don't want to miss it because I'm sitting on the bench because I didn't want to hustle to the huddle.
Yeah, this might be wrong, but this is my personal feel. I feel like if you took the Super Bowl trophy, the good old Lombardi trophy, and you took it to some random kid in Jamaica, and you just, I don't know why I picked Jamaica, but you just hand it to them. You know what I mean? They've never heard of the Super Bowl. They don't, you know what I mean? They've never seen that trophy. If you give that to them, it's not going to mean that much. But that kid that the second he, started playing football, he's like, I'm going to get that trophy one day. And he started working for it, and he did through high school, and he did through college, and he struggled in the league. You know what I mean? Like he went through so much to get there, and then he gets that trophy. It means something totally different. It's something so special, something so beautiful. And this is my personal thought that I don't know if this is right, but I just wonder if we do nothing to prepare the world for Jesus, if he'll come, and it might fall a little flat for us because we haven't actually been that invested in the work. We actually haven't put in the time for it. Whereas if we do put our heart and soul into it, if we do have the day-by-day urgency of I'm going to do everything I can to prepare the world for him, to let people know about him, to help people connect to him, I don't think there will be anything more beautiful than when he comes. And we will see him and we will know I gave everything. Like I left every bit of me on the field for you. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things that I think can happen, to give your all for him and then see him knowing you gave your all.
There's a quote, I love this town. There's a quote the elder Rasband gives that's really practical. It's kind of, and I just feel like it goes really good with what you're saying. He says, I recognize that in the midst of the good news of the gospel, there are those who struggle, who have faith challenges, doubts, and questions that seem to have no answers. Brothers and sisters, Jesus Christ is the answer. Start with him. Look for his hand in your life. Listen to him. Let not your heart be troubled, he said in his last hours to his disciples before Gethsemane, before carrying his cross through the streets of Jerusalem, before Golgotha, where he completed his atoning sacrifice, what only he, the begotten Son of God, could do. And so I love this, is start with him. If you want to get pumped, if you want to be on the team, if you want to usher him in, start with him. Turn to him. Listen to him.
And I think we need to start doing it with the little things right now. The first thing I even think about is, when your bishop comes up to you, both hands shake your hand, you're like, uh-oh, what's happening? It's the talk. He asks you to give a talk. And if you wait till the end, right? Urgency, not good. You know what's happened before, Grace. You know what's happened. If you wait till the end, you're going to resent that urgency. But if you're preparing, if you put your heart into it, you're going to give that talk with joy. And that's just with so many things that are given to us in this life. Create that excitement, build that momentum, and that delivery is going to be so much more joyful.
You guys ready for our song? I belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They're all singing with me earlier. I know that.
I know who I am. I know God's plan. Come on, Grace.
Follow him in faith.
She's like,
I believe in the Savior Jesus Christ. I'll honor his name.
Come on.
I'll do what is right. I'll follow his light.
His truth I will proclaim. Come on.
Yeah.
Look for our post on Monday. Tell us all your favorite thoughts, all your inspiration, all the things that you are learning from this talk right there with us in the comments section. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
wow.